I mean, we did, I guess, touch upon that. I would usually ask about how you see community as of other artists around you and such. Apparently for you it's pretty important. You have been with other people here working and with your body work also. You work with people.
Yeah.
So
it's very important.
That's been something there really essential.
Yeah, it's been essential. I mean, of course, definitely is that I think that as an artist you can isolate yourself very much, because I think that, well, of course depends on the kind of work you do, but it's such an introspective, or at least for me, exercise that, and you really gotta, or I really gotta like isolate myself from the outer world, at least for a while while creating. So I think that community is super important, because you can really actually not just isolate yourself, but then make your whole world or life around that. And I think that is a coin with two sides, or like double blade, sword. That is very good for some things, but that we need other people. We need other people that become a mirror of what we're doing. And we need to communicate with others. And I think that if you're just simply in your studio doing your artwork, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think that you gotta like have very good tools to deal with it psychologically.
Yeah, and then there are times when one seems suitable, and then there are times when
exactly and also because I think that artistic careers vary very much. Like sometimes you have like a lot of work or more visibility or more projects. Other times there is less. So I think that is normal and just part of it. So that's why I would say that community and then being in touch with others helps, so that you're not going from like, I'm like super busy, I cannot see anybody or do anything else, and then now that I have nothing, like what I do, because I think that this is pretty common to feel that kind of emptiness. Some people struggle with the emptiness after big projects. And
and we were talking with another guest of the podcast a little bit about that after, especially if it's like a bigger exhibition, something that you need to prepare a lot for, and then when it passes, it's like, oh, now I'm in a void.
Yeah.
So you confirm also that it's the thing. I mean, I know that it's a thing, but it's just like maybe good to talk about it sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. You came to Finland to explore solitude, and you found community.
This is very, it's ironical, and at the same time maybe it's just to prove that you can create community anywhere. They exist everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you involve other people directly in your artwork or the process of creating the art somehow? You said that the printmaking is a group practice in a way, but...
Yeah, but that is a good question. I think that soon I'm going to have to involve other people because of the direction where I want it to go. I must say that, well, I haven't... You mean like in practical terms of how, like, the art making itself?
Also...
not
necessarily, but also
because I have
whatever.
done. Sometimes I've done like collaborations. Well, I mentioned before, but like exhibitions with other artists. Not just as that you are invited and in a collective exhibition. Is that we would say like, okay, let's do this exhibition together. But then it's been that each one is doing their part, even though there's some collaboration going on in there. But I have also. Done and like worked as a duo with she's also just like my sister, like another artist from, well, she's originally from Iran, but she lives in Spain. We did in 2021, we got an award together because we applied for, there was an open call for doing a project, the two of us, at the Pilar and Joan Miró Foundation. So that was my first co-creation with another person. And actually, this took place already a few years ago. We did a book afterwards about the project. But maybe, as you are asking about collaborations, that was a very important time for me, because it really changed also the way I see the process of making together with another person. Because for me, it was a freeing moment. We chose it, both of us, on the first place, but we actually didn't know each other that well. In terms of, is it that you're going to do some pieces and I do some other pieces and we put it together, or can I put my hand on what you're doing, or the other way around? How much are we saying about that? How invasive does that feel? Are we going to end up fighting? Are we going to end up saying okay, this is my part, this is your part. If somebody asks about this, I am in charge of this. These are things that need to be discussed when collaborating with another person. And then also am I going to be obsessed that my imprint is very visible in this collaboration, that then it seems yeah, but Shirin did this, Inma did that. Well, the name of my friend and the artist is Shirin Salehi. I would say that for both of us, the experience was mind-blowing, because we really learned to let go of control. I think that maybe that was the difficult and the liberating part for both of us, because I think that we can get very, let's say, possessive or territorial about, or how represented we are, how recognized we are or at least because of the practice that we both have, that is also connected with how you, let's say, manipulate the material, that somehow you could say this is how her hand is here, my hand is there. But then we maybe just naturally saw that what was important was to bring each of us what we could contribute with, to go for something that was more challenging, that we could not have done alone. And then forget a little bit, even though that then later on things went very well, but then forget about her and me as individuals, and then just think about how's the project, how do we really want to tell this story, even though it's the first time that we are collaborating as a duo.
So you were very lucky to find such a person that you clicked so well together from the first time.
Because I think that this is not an easy thing, and I also understand why, that maybe I know that I could not do that with whoever, or with any artist, or any artist could just do it with me. So we were just, maybe is that when we met, we saw the connection, and we are very different, as people as well. But maybe that's why also kind of clicked, because I think that we both add or were able to add different things that were necessary to make the project become a reality, because it was also quite challenging technically. Then it involved an exhibition at the foundation, and it's something that we had never, any of us, worked in such a big space alone. So it's actually fantastic to have let's say another partner in crime to kind of work with you and help with stuff, because otherwise it can also be, I think that this is important about when you were talking about how is the life of an artist, or it's just that there's so many things to manage, that when you are alone, it can actually be overwhelming. Sometimes, I mean, like when there are institutions, of course, they help with part of the work, but then at the same time, you gotta know about how to ask for budgets, then you have to do the work, then if you have to travel, you have to book flights, if you need to ship the works or ship material, you have to be in charge of that, then you have to talk to the institution. It's like it's really so many things that I think that only those who are already well capable of making it profitable, then they can afford hiring other people for doing that part of the work.
Yeah.
When not,
But up to
we
that
don't.
point, yeah, you have to be like multitasking.
Yeah, like everybody.